Hey guys, this week's YouTube video is going to be a little different. I'm going to make a simple instructional video on how to do front post and back post crochet stitches. This is my new dragon pattern that's coming out June 27th of 2025 in case you're watching this video way in the future, but that's next Friday for me. I value my pattern testers' feedback so much, and a lot of them suggested I make a video tutorial for how to make the wings. They're made with front post and back post double crochets. You crochet them separately before you start the body, and then you add them on as you go, so there's no sewing. I can make a full tutorial for my dragon pattern in the future if you guys are interested. Just leave me a comment on this video so I know if anyone is. Even if you're not interested in making the dragon, I thought this would be a really helpful tutorial to make because I do use front post and back post crochet stitches often, and they are a little bit tricky until you get the hang of it, and then it's super easy and second nature. So I'll walk you through how to make the entire dragon wing so you can really get a hang of how to do front post and back post double crochets. And if you're interested in making front post and back post single crochets or half double crochets, it's all the same thing, just with a different stitch. So what you'll learn in this video you can apply to all of those stitches. Let's head over to my desk and we'll get started. The pattern's going to be the same no matter what type of yarn you use. Normally I would use a size 6 yarn, but not blanket or Premier Basics with a 6.5mm crochet hook, but fuzzy yarn is hard to see. So I'm going to be making the wing for the tutorial today in cotton worsted weight yarn so that you guys can see every single stitch and there's no confusion about where to put your hook or anything. Here's the full version of the pattern PDF. If you're ever interested in supporting me as an artist, you really like my YouTube videos, or if you just want a paper copy of the entire pattern, it's always available on my website, Etsy, Ravelry. And I always appreciate your support when you purchase a PDF pattern because it really does support me as an artist. This pattern is almost 30 pages. It's fully written out. I have a lot of step-by-step pictures on how to do everything. And here's the wing that we're going to be working on today. Now that I got my self-promotion out of the way, to start off the wing, we're going to make a magic circle. I loop it around my finger, pull it out a little. I can slip my hook in there, pull it through, and then chain 1. Normally, we would ignore that chain 1 and act like it doesn't exist, but for this wing, we're going to start with a chain 2, which actually replaces a double crochet from here on out through the pattern. So every time you do a starting chain in this wing pattern, it's going to be replacing a double crochet, and you're going to count it at the end in your stitches. After we make that starting chain that counts as a double crochet, we're going to make 4 more double crochets into the magic circle. Now you can pull your magic circle tight, and then we're going to be turning our work at the end of each row. So instead of working in the round, we're going to be working row by row. So chain 2 to start the next row and turn your work, and that will count as a double crochet. Now we're going to make a double crochet into the top of the first stitch. Alright, so we're at the point where we're going to do our first back post double crochet. And here is the stitch we're going to be working around. It's the double crochet from the row before. We're going to make a back post double crochet around the bottom of it, and then we're also going to work a double crochet into the top. So with a back post double crochet, you're going to yarn over, and then you're going to insert your hook and go around the back of that double crochet around the bottom. Pull through, and then finish it off just like you would a normal double crochet. And you can see we went around the back of the entire post. I'll do it a bunch more times so you guys can get the hang of it. Now we're going to be working into that same stitch, so we're going to place a double crochet right on the top. We're going to be repeating that 3 more times. Yarn over, go around the back, pull through, finish off your double crochet. And now we can place one more double crochet right into the top. Now we're going to do it one more time around that last double crochet. I'm going to go around the back. It's kind of tricky because it's like the end. Create a normal double crochet. And now this spot is a little hard, and I'm glad I used cotton yarn, even though if you can't tell, I'm like struggling because I'm trying to keep my stitches tight and it's like making it squeaky and awkward. So we're gonna work a double crochet into the top, and you can kind of see those 2 loops right there. That's the top. So make 1 double crochet, and then we're also gonna make a double crochet in the top of this chain 2 over here, and it is a little awkward. So you can see chain 1, chain 2. Here's the top 2 loops of that chain 2 stitch, and here's the bottom loop of the chain 2 stitch. In all of my patterns, whenever I say to work a stitch in the top of a chain, I insert my hook right here so that the 2 top loops of the chain will be on the top and the bottom loop won't be on the bottom. It'll create less of a space and look less awkward, because if you're trying to make a stitch into 1 loop, it can really pull it out. So this might be a little challenging for me to grab because I'm working in cotton yarn, but if you can see my hook, this is why I like this type of hook, because it's very sharp and I can usually grab stitches without having a lot of issues. So yarn over, get your hook in that bottom loop so that the top of the stitches are on the top. Pull through, make a double crochet. I should use a 4.5mm hook instead of a 5.5. Whatever, don't judge me for struggling, please. We're gonna chain 2 for the start of the next row. Turn your work. We're gonna make a double crochet into the top of that first. And now we're going to do back post double crochet, front post double crochet, and we're going to repeat that 3 times. So yarn over, then we'll make a back post double crochet the same way we did in the row before. And now we're going to make a front post double crochet around this one. It's a little hard to see, but this is the back post double crochet that I made in the row before, and it's a little raised compared to the other ones. So basically we just want to extend that down. So front post double crochet is basically the same as back post double crochet. We're just going to be working around the front of the stitch instead of the back. So yarn over, go around the front. And it's a lot easier than back post double crochet. There we go. And you can kind of see that side is being pulled there and that side is being pulled over there. Now we're going to repeat that 3 times. So yarn over, we're going to make a back post double crochet. Now let's make a front post double crochet around the next one. Now we're going to make a back post double crochet. Now we're going to make a front post double crochet. To finish off the row, we're going to make 1 more back post double crochet around that last one. And then we're going to work a double crochet in the top of the chain 2. Here's the first chain, here's the second chain, and if you look, those are the 2 top loops, and this is the bottom loop. So we're going to want to insert our hook right there. So yarn over, try to grab that without splitting the yarn. If you're working with plush yarn, it'll probably be easier. The first time anyone's ever said that. And there we go, we're done row 3. And you should be able to start to see the pattern of the raised stitches on this side. And because we're doing front post, back post, front post, back post, or vice versa, you have the same on the other side. You have raised sections and lower sections. It's really cool. It's like both sides of the wings are mirrored versions of each other. So for row 4, let's chain 2, turn your work. We're going to make a double crochet into the first stitch. Now we're going to do front post double crochet, back post double crochet, and repeat that 4 times. So if you see, it should be the raised one should be front, and then the one behind that's raised on the other side should be back. So yarn over, around the front, double crochet, yarn over, around the back of the stitch, double crochet, front post double crochet around the front, back post double crochet around the back, front post double crochet around the front, back post double crochet around the back, front post around the front, back post around the back. Around that last one's always a little tricky. I got it. Okay, now the end row 4, we're going to make a double crochet in the top of the second chain. Here's the first chain, here's the second chain, there are the 2 top loops over there, and here's the bottom loop right there. Now for row 5, we're going to add a little bit of details. So chain 3, turn your work, and we're going to make a slip stitch right in the first one. Now we're going to slip stitch 2 over, 1, 2, we're going to chain 3, and we're going to make a slip stitch right back into the same stitch. And we're just going to repeat that all the way down. We're going to do 2 slip stitches over, now we're going to chain 3, and we're going to slip stitch right back into that same stitch. Now slip stitch 2 over, chain 3, slip stitch back in the same stitch. Now for the last one, it's going to be a little different. We're going to slip stitch 2 over, we're going to chain 3, and then we're going to slip stitch into the end over here so we can finish off the wing. Doesn't really matter where, because this part will be tucked into your plushie. Now you can cut your end just long enough to tie, because we don't have to sew this on later, and you can fasten off. And I usually like to fix up the edges, just make sure it's all pulled even, zhuzh it around. So when you go to crochet it onto your dragon, this part will be along the body, so that those 2 ends will be hidden inside, and you don't have to weave in any of your ends or anything like that. I'll go grab one I made in plush yarn so you can see, because obviously this doesn't look great, it has a lot of holes in it. Here's one that I made in plush yarn. I'm pretty sure I made it for this guy, and then I decided to do his wings darker because I thought it would look better, and I'm glad I did. So here we go, you can really see the raised areas there. And here's another example of front post and back post, what it looks like for my shawls. It makes a really beautiful like raised line right here. And it can also look really great when you change colors, because let me go see if I have a shawl where I change colors for the back post. I don't have a super dramatic example because I've actually been selling shawls, which is insane. When you do front post or back post, it looks really awesome because you get like this little bit of the next color in your stitches and that raised edge. I hope you guys liked the video and that it was helpful. I wanted to take a second to really thank all of my Patreon members. A lot of my Patreon members are really awesome, talented crochet artists, and I really appreciate when they test my patterns because they have amazing feedback and suggestions. I'm working on a new little surprise pattern that I just came up with like yesterday, and I use back post single crochets to make a raised edge. I was gonna show it in the video, but then I decided to wait because I want to make a few more variations before I show my Patreon members first. I started to get a little overwhelmed by my puppy pattern part 2 because I literally have like 12 variations and it's a lot to think about and to do. So Don't hate me, but I totally made a procrastination, little fun, easy pattern before I go on to tackle that like 80-page PDF that the puppy pattern is gonna turn into. I hope everyone had a great day and enjoyed the little video. I really enjoy sharing things that I've learned, so if you have any other suggestions for like little technique videos that you're interested in, leave me a comment and I can definitely make some. Thanks for hanging out. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.